real subtle about the fact that Chase created this presentation. We just put our name and logo on every single page. So it definitely is Chase created and Chase presented, but the reality is that this presentation is based from investor guidelines. So not 100% of the time, but a lot of the times, the things that we talk about, unless I say specifically they're relative to Chase, can pretty much be applied industry-wide. There will definitely be, some exceptions here and there. So just know that as we go forward. And how this section is set up, the definitions are kind of amalgams. They're various investor definitions kind of smashed together to have just kind of a broad definition. When we move into the second part of the presentation, which is this spiral-bound flip chart, that is when you're into very investor-specific definitions and requirements. Okay, we're not going to go through it page by page, but just an FYI on that. So a special forbearance, as we said, is a period of suspended or reduced payments that kind of can prevent some of the negative default things from happening. And again, understand that this is not forgiveness of these payments. It's just giving the borrower permission to fall behind. Okay? So the most often approved, special forbearances are most often approved when there is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? The borrower has called in early when they're 0 or 1 payments past due. They know they're going to be behind. They know it's going to be short-lived. They can prove it. Okay? Many of you seem skeptical that this kind of option exists because it doesn't exist very often. I kept my mouth shut. Yeah, can you believe it? During this section, I don't know why I was able to keep my mouth shut during this section, but not others, of Wells Fargo's presentation. But the reality is it's kind of a light at the end of the tunnel scenario most of the time. Okay, not always, but most of the time, and it does depend on the investor, as we keep saying. So we could actually look at the example on this one and see that demonstrated. The borrower was to be temporarily laid off by their employer for 3 months. They were due for the current month's payment. They, like most Americans, or it seems like most Americans, maybe we're just jaded, had no reserve funds to bridge the gap. The borrower was very proactive, called loss mitigation, provided all the documents requested to prove that the job was going to exist in 3 months. They were just it was going to be a temporary thing. So a special forbearance was afforded to them to, basically giving them permission to fall the 3 months past due. But the late charges wouldn't be assessed. Their loan would not be forwarded to the foreclosure department during that time. Gave them permission to fall the 3 months past due. It is not meant to be a standalone option. It's not just saying, hey, okay, fall 3 payments past due. Okay, good luck to you.